Yeah. I, I don't know at what point we all managed to meet up, essentially.
Right.
Probably
At
like
night.
late. Yeah.
At night, after Nico's done, because you probably go see what Nico's up to in that workshop of his.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah,
probably...
boomy.
Like, Lydian just walks in and then, like, a big metal spike just, like, flies out and embeds itself in the wall beside the door.
Yeah.
Well, it's still working.
Actually, wait.
It's
right
working a little too well.
Before we do this scene, question. Is our inn still intact?
Yes.
Okay.
Or no, it's not. It's not.
So
Oh,
it is
wow.
not intact.
Yeah. The inn was right next to the first worm's appearance. So.
Oh. Would it be rude to go
sure.
and ask? Would it be rude to go and ask for my money back?
Yes, but do it anyways.
I can't make a bad image in this town just yet.
I don't know. Maybe the mayor or someone would put you up. Cherry is gonna.
I can't ask
imagine
for my money back. That would look bad.
But Cherry, I imagine we're not setting out tonight or anything, right?
Probably not. Probably a
Yeah.
bit of recovery, and also Lydian wants to make sure of the the arrival, the setting up of the business.
Yeah. Cherry is going to sort of see about if she can stay with, because Gunslinger Andre, he lives here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I have a thing for this. Oh, I don't know if this place is civilized.
It is.
I think it is.
Okay, I can always find someone who respects the customs of hospitality to take you in as their guest.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Cool.
Yeah, I've shown him hospitality. You know, it's I don't know what that, because it doesn't say. The fun thing about English is that you is ambiguous, whether it's, singular or plural. So I don't know what that means for the rest of the party, but Cherry at least.
I
has a
think I'm
place
going to go with
stay.
the idea of going to the mayor and asking him to
Yeah.
put me up, and he's like, "Oh, I paid to get in the inn, but it's currently blown the fuck out."
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, did you recover the...
You and Nico collectively, you
Yeah.
helped save the town.
Well, Lydian can act like he was involved. He directed Nico. Well,
We're a package deal.
yeah.
Well, Nico, yeah. Anyways,
our inn is currently blown to smithereens.
Ah,
So
well.
we don't have a place to stay. Actually, why
Well,
are
I
you saying
didn't-
that? You weren't in the inn.
Yeah, I didn't stay at the inn. Anyway, have you recovered your Kruger Dassault Burrow?
I did get the horse back. Yes, that is correct. Though,
Then I can sleep in the cart like I was planning to.
How about we go and talk to the mayor, and maybe we both get a proper roof over our heads tonight?
Ah, yes, a proper roof.
Now, well, I got the cart back, but there was a most peculiar character attached to it.
I see.
A strange
Well,
young,
the-
a strange
well,
young
the-
man named
well,
Dwight.
the-
Wait. Is Cherry in the scene? Sorry, I.
This is me meeting him at the workshop.
Yeah, this would be like.
Okay.
This is like later.
Yeah, Cherry probably needed to, find y'all before it got nightfall. Check in where y'all makes sense. We would meet there. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how about we head over to... Well, strange character attached to it. A young thief named Dwight. Luckily didn't get into the coin box, nor did he steal your meteorite. But...
Good! The meteorite is still secured.
It was mighty strange, though. He'd busted open the coin locker, and I must have got there just in time, because he went and hid underneath the cot, but... Strangest thing, he left his girl in the coin box.
She fit in the coin box?
Wait,
I mean, I've known some people who are pretty lithe, but that's...
Oh, you are in the scene.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
I should say the coin box was the lock wasn't broken. It was damaged a bit.
I mean,
But,
if they got in, that's broke enough for me.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they
Not
stuffed it with a
irreparable.
file and
not the key still works. It's
Okay.
still locked.
right.
All that.
Okay.
Just like opened a crack to let a worm in or something.
Well, that's the strangest thing. She was some kind of shapeshifter. The moment we got back to town, he started buying time, humming and hawing. And then, poof, the worm in my hand turned back into a girl, and the two ran off. They got one over on me.
She turned herself into a worm?
I don't know how it worked. Well, it might have been a worm who turned herself into a human. It's a kind of a chicken and egg scenario here. Was she a worm who turned into a girl, or a girl who turned into a worm and then back?
Fascinating. I wish to study her.
Well, she's currently ran out into the countryside, and
How does a worm run?
Human who turned herself into a worm sounds more likely, but worm that can turn herself into a human makes a much better story, at least. I kind of want to find them.
I think we're overlooking the fact they tried to rob me.
Yeah, tried. We still have the coin, right?
I did check it right, and it was still the same amount of coin.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. They tried and failed, but only by a hair.
How is a worm going to carry the coin out of the box?
You know, you're making this Dwight seem more of a damn fool by the minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a fool, but, sounds like an entertaining fool. I'm not saying, we should trust them or, be best friends. I'm just saying,
Hang on, you're saying a lot already just by that. I'm intending on never seeing them again. Unless they're behind bars for trying to rob me. You're talking like we're gonna go talk to them at the bar.
If we run into them, I don't know. I'd pay for that story.
You would pay for the story of how they tried to rob me.
Well, no, but, clearly something interesting's going on there, especially if this is someone met a worm who can turn into a girl. That's classic fairy tale right there. Is fairy tale a problematic phrase in the setting?
Fucking shit. God damn. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. It's very problematic phrases. We just call them tails here.
Yeah.
Which is problematic to Kitsune.
It's like in...
Wait,
it's like
Neo, are there Kitsune in this setting,
There are
Neo?
people.
There's what?
There's beast people, so.
Yeah. Fine.
The
We'll call
kitsunes
them,
have, the multiple tails, That's,
Yeah. Fine, we'll call them stories.
Yeah, there's not much point in calling them fairy tales, is there? Because, it could have actually happened.
Unless
No.
it's about actual fairies, I guess.
Yeah. Then do we have the distinguisher of human tales? For human tales.
Well,
Or
how
just-
about dragon tails? That's what I care about.
I don't. Nothing but trouble lies in their wake. They just fuck with you.
That's damn so harsh on dragon tails.
I mean, actually, it is a funny thing. I did decide that the cult, the God of Coin, does hate dragons, because the God of Coin is all about coins moving. Dragons always hoard.
Yeah.
So, dragons are actually a natural enemy of the God of Coin.
Oh no. Oh.
I mean, all about the coin flowing, the gold must flow, and Gondrit, Dragon from Party 3, the coin, he really made that gold flow as it, flowed over and encased several people, turning them into thralls.
Good point. I guess not all dragons, but, just... We're operating on fantasy bigotry here. God of Coin hates dragons for their hoarding tendencies, which may or may not be
Gondrit
apocryphal.
was definitely a hoarder. Really, there's an interesting parallel between him and Cherry, because he was all about, he wanted, to witness and see the interesting stories and whatnot. But unlike Cherry, he was hoarding he's not, spreading the stories forward, passing them along. Cherry's all about, the stories must flow, the tales must flow. Not Gondrit. He was hoarding these adventures and stories he witnessed and nudged along.
Okay. So.
That's what's done.
Yeah, but
Anyhow,
we're
I'm
off
gonna
to
go.
see the mayor of Oz.
Are you coming along, Cherry?
Oh, I actually have I have a place to stay tonight. I could go accompany you to the mayor. I mean, I could probably help any deal. Oh, I just say Cherry's like still having her clothes, those take a while to she's in one of her t-shirts now. I think this is the first time to take them out. It is 1 second, let me roll a d6. Her shirt says MILF Rights.
What in Sam hell is a MILF?
Nah.
I have 6 t-shirts that she can wear. She doesn't know which one she's wearing, they're...
I used to have
But
a
they
shirt
each
that
have a
said
different-
that. I didn't. Why did people always look at me funny when I swore it? Yeah, no, Lydian does not understand the shirt. Well, if you're wanting to come along, then that's absolutely fine. Who did
Yeah,
you get?
I'll help
who did
you.
you get accommodation with?
Oh, Andre, you remember that gunslinger?
Oh, right.
He's, been selling me some of his stories.
Uh-huh.
It'll be a lot. And she sort of, you see a more almost like calculating look on her face. I think he'll make for a good, protagonist for, all this. Better point of view character. It's a question of, how much I want to include us in this. Just because, obviously he hadn't seen as much going on with the, Perry and them. That all just kind of blindsided him. So you want to include some of that in the story. So either I'll introduce us to him earlier in the story, or I might just have him, replace us largely with him in the thing. I don't know. I'll feel it out.
Replace us? Replace us? We're the reason this town's gonna get rebuilt. What'd he do? Turn up and shoot a worm at the end? Oh, mighty impressive.
Yeah, but he's been here a lot longer than any of us. He has a history with the town, He had more personal stake in the game. We just happened to be in the right time in the right place.
Well,
People like that sort of, the beginning tying in with the end, things like that. It's less random.
It's less random. We came here, we got stuff rolling. So what if it's random? That's what actually happened.
What actually happened doesn't, it's in the past. The past stops mattering real quick. It's, how we remember the past that's important.
Stops mattering. What matters and what doesn't matter is what we choose. Apparently,
I can't believe
apparently what we did doesn't matter.
I didn't say that. I just, what's the best way to tell the story? And besides, are you sure you want every detail of our involvement in the story being told? There are some things I think might be a bit damaging to one's reputation.
Fair point. I've been reading... funny thing, actually. I've been reading a little bit lately. I found a book on one of your ancestors by the name of Ryuga.
Oh, yep.
You've been told the stories?
Oh, of course. Had them passed down to me through my mom. I mean, she was there for most of it.
How much of them do you believe?
Well, what's in the book? I guess that depends on the book you read. We tend to have passed down multiple versions of stories. There's the story that, at the very least, how things actually, if it's something involving us, how it actually happened and how it tends to get told. And there can be multiple reasons for that. But something like that, I mean, there are so many different versions I've picked up over the years, either from my mom or just, I've heard other people tell stories about them that played a bit better for the certain audience, for a certain tone.
It's actually funny. It's really funny you picked Ryuga because while that is the most probably I'm gonna guess what you put as the most famous account for the family. It's also the one that is the least seemingly representative of what the family was about.
Oh, absolutely. That's something we can get into. It's a very
Yeah. But the problem is, I don't think Lydian in character would be able to quite piece that together. That he got the book that is in fact least helpful to him, or I don't know. But yeah,
Oh no, it creates an interesting point to talk about for them, though. It's definitely, and especially compared to something like, Katsuki or someone else who's really famous. Like, this is like much more recent in living memory, and like Cherry, we'll get into that. We'll see, but it's something Cherry has much closer. It's much less just some vague legend and a much more real, tangible family history. Like, her mom is a character in some of these.
right. Well, it was him and a twin sister.
Aki, that's my grandmother. Which version did you read?
That's a tricky question to answer in
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. Well, I'll say, there's like...
You got a very like, I'm gonna say this. The book you got was the story behind the story, like a historical look.
Ooh, cool.
What exactly this party was like.
Okay. Did it delve into like the family line and the family curse, or did it omit that?
I mean, I'm sure that would probably be mentioned in there.
Yeah,
all right.
Mentioned under talks about Aki.
Okay then, yeah, because that's kind of that is the central pin in it. So it's funny. That is the most recorded. No, I can't say that. I'm trying to think, what does Lydian know, what doesn't he know, and that's tricky because I don't want to be fucking big metagamey prick about it.
I think Cherry had mentioned that was one of the most, but she had also mentioned Katsuki at one point, who is the other. If there's anyone arguably more famous, it's just like it was so much longer ago. It really changes. Like, it's famous in a different way.
Yeah, and like iron details and like actual emotional living. Oh, I could have met that person. That ceases to be a factor.
Yeah, Katsuki's story is much more, has become like a fairy tale, a fable type thing. I think most people who tell it would have no idea it was based on true events, whereas like, Ryuga's party, that's a much more recent, pulpy, almost like World War II serials and stuff like that.
Right, based on real events.
Yeah.
But your family's been doing this for a long time?
Yeah, I mean, when you say this, I suppose that depends on what you mean. I mean, before Aki and them, it was... hadn't been so much on joining the adventure until then. I mean, they were weird. Just having a brother, that was weird, but stuff in that book, I don't know, might be. If it's, one of the more historically based ones, as you say. A lot of them definitely get exaggerated. I know my mom gets cut out of a lot of them, but this would have talked about her, right?
Would you prefer an honest account or one that cut to the heart of the matter? The juicy beats, the interesting parts, maybe playing it up a little?
I don't know that one's better than the other, but, each story and each version of a story has its place, has its audience, has its time.
Yeah, Lydian is... he doesn't know why, but he feels annoyed about being replaced in this tale. But he's just kind of...
What did you think?
Huh?
Oh, no,
Wait,
go ahead.
Go on.
Continue.
No, I was just...
say,
he probably
Lydian...
he probably does turn to Nico and go, should we go see the mayor then?
Yeah, Splendifically. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, let me just quickly adjust these goggles, and voila, they just light up.
You said
What
before you
happened?
did.
What does this one do?
Oh, these are my ectoplasmic emitter goggles. Behold! Nico's just gonna shoot like, I don't know, shoots like a rock or something that's lying in here. These emit ectoplasma in the shape of a ray.
And to what end? Other than molten rock?
Why, imagine the precision cutting with your eyes.
That could have some applications in a few sectors.
Exactly.
Which would be useless
I am also
if you
working
don't
on
actually realize how to work with businessmen and get your product out there.
Well, that's a shame. I've also worked on a version that emitted a flame. Though that was less of a success.
Because it blinded whoever used it.
No, it burned their eyebrows off.
Why not just, I don't know, build some kind of divider so that their eyebrows are defended from the fire?
That's a... No.
I just solved the problem. What's no?
No. Fire eyes are stupid.
So over fire.
I think he's just coping because he got corrected. He was like, no, it's all dumb, actually.
Fire's dumb, uncontrollable. Ice and plasma, that's the stuff.
I see. So you got out of your fire phase.
Fire is unworkable. Unless it's to heat energy.
It is energy as heat.
You know what I meant. Well, see the mayor.
It's a very dumb argument. This is the worst argument there's ever been, yeah. We head off to see the mayor now that he's repaired his stuff.
Nico hovers over to the mayor so that Nico is...
Oh, now you're the hovering member of the party.
Oh, yeah, no. And Nico makes sure that Nico hovers just slightly up, like, so Nico is slightly taller than Lydian.
As they leave, as we leave, like, yes, so how much did he charge you to use his workshop?
Charge me?
Yeah, money.
I just walked in. They weren't using it. I put everything back in its proper place.
What in the Sam hell? He did it for free?
What in the Sam? He does it for free.
He does it
free. Oh, what the fuck is... Oh, God, what is that picture of the man just standing in several places?
Okay, so you go to those...
I was gonna say, I do have a bit more to talk about here with Lydian. If that's okay.
Yeah, I think Lydian is a bit annoyed at the moment, but he can't stop you from talking.
No, Cherry wants to, try and, placate things a bit. She asks, so you said that was more of a history. How late did it go? I assume it didn't get quite to me. Or anything.
No, it kind of ended with wrapping up where everyone wound up after the adventuring party. When they all went their separate ways, it mentioned the daughter traveling with you, though she didn't get too many words dedicated to her. That'll be your mother then, I suspect.
Yeah, Haru. I mean, she was around for most of the part, but she was young for most of it. And she left not too long before the end. Aki, my grandmother, she died about a year before I was born. I never got to meet her. I did meet my grandfather, though, a couple times.
You met Ryuga.
No. He's my uncle.
Oh.
Oh, please, there were enough of those rumors. Don't get in on that. No, Cedric, the cleric.
God
He
damn it.
was...
My brain skipped a fucking beat there.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've only had
Fucking
one character with incest.
omit
Thank
that.
you
I did
very...
not say that. That was like just
Okay.
my brain skipping a beat.
Yeah, no, fair. I'm curious if you had much of an impression on him.
He starts trying to fish for words because he was mostly looking for information he can use.
I will say the book that you got, what made it, because it was pretty expensive and you were surprised about that. Its big selling point would actually be that it has an interview with Cedric.
Oh, cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, even if he was a cleric, so I suppose we ran in similar circles.
You spend much time around religious folk?
Of a kind. They have a small little enclave in Emberwell.
Who's they? I was gonna say, I don't think Lydian has revealed his...
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
And he starts to realize what he just fucking let his guard down in frustration. Oh. Just a sad thing.
I only met him towards the end of his life, twice. Well, technically 3 times, but once was when I was an infant. The first time I would have been, you know, maybe 6. I don't remember it too well. I found him kind of creepy, you know. It was this stern type. I think he really wanted to be close to me, but I don't know. I found him off-putting. I think that hurt his feelings, but, you know, that was actually something my mom had said before meeting him, to not let him try and convert me, which didn't know what that meant at the time. And then I saw him one more time right when he was passing. He got real sick towards the end. It was, you know, he had healed lots of people and taken their illnesses or injuries onto himself, and enough decades of that had caught up with him. And this was right when I was starting to go blind, and he was, I guess, one of the last people I really remember seeing, but very frail, just even compared to what I had seen before, was this depressing, almost skeleton of a man, just this rattling breath that will always stick with me.
He actually bounced back and lived.
It is a strange way to be. Some people...
But my point being, that's how I remember. That's my real, truthful account of this man. You know, that's all I actually experienced of him, and it's the real, honest truth. But just telling that doesn't do justice to who he was as a person, to his story. And instead, you know, the stories that have been passed down to me through my mom or others. I mean, I think he'd certainly be happier with that being how he's remembered, with that being how his legacy is carried on, than just a frail, lonely old man in a barely attended, you know, church on the edge of nowhere. It's part of the story, sure, but, you know, the truth, or our experienced truth, is always just a little sliver of the whole.
I definitely got more out of the honest picture of him. Now I feel like I'm in on the know, that I have something that most people don't. That's more valuable.
I suppose.
We can dress
I
up
just don't know
stories
if
and
he
we can-
would feel the same way about it. But then, we don't get to choose how we're remembered.
Not unless we find a way to control it.
Which I will with my inventions.
You're gonna invent a way... No, I'm not even gonna broach this one. I don't know what metaphysical...
No, I'm curious. I'll take this bait. What are you going
metaphysics
to
are you
invent,
messing
Nico?
with here?
Well, I don't. Well, that's for science to find out. But my inventions
You're the
would speak for
scientist.
themselves. Well, I'll find out. I'm working on it. In fact, I am working on my greatest invention that will revolutionize everything.
All right, actually, no. Hang on, every sec. I gotta ask then. How exactly do you want to be remembered, Nico?
As the greatest scientist has ever graced this land.
Okay, how do people think of you currently?
I don't know. I'm
You-
not asked.
There's something admirable about that.
Yeah, I guess there's. You didn't leave me any angle of attack on that one.
I assumed they think I'm good. I'm helping them.
You're going to bars and without prompting, without asking, inventing pump systems.
Yes, and look, it's helping them.
You're at best an incredibly convoluted plumber.
How dare you?
Don't say that. Nico's invented, plumbers don't invent freeze guns.
Exactly. I'm just finding problems people aren't
Oh
seeing.
no, a particularly
and helping.
badly installed bidet could maybe do the job.
I am just finding the problems they have not realized and helping them.
On a one-to-one basis. We'll talk about this when we get to the mayor.
In fact, the mayor has several issues in this town that needs fixing.
All right, but how about you let me help you with getting them implemented in a way that would actually see their adoption handled profitably and well and widespread.
Maybe. Lydian has a point, Nico. And Cherry sort of kneels down a bit.
But Nico
puts a hand.
Nico is floating.
True.
Oh,
She puts a hand on Nico's arm. Your
Drags him
inventions
down to
really
earth.
are incredible. Your inventions really are credible, hun. They're like nothing else. But if you do want to, change the world with your inventions, have them be seen and used and appreciated, they need to find their audience, find their market. And that's what someone like Lydian's good at.
Exactly. He does kind of go back into a better mood now that he's being praised. Even shallowly.
You could invent the most incredible revolutionary invention ever, but if no one ever sees it, if it doesn't get in the right hands or right distribution, no one will know about it, and it will die with you. You don't want that.
Of course not. Of course not.
If you don't team up, you may not have liked the suits back in Emberwell. Hell, the suits in Emberwell did not suit you, but I can do it. They didn't see what you're capable of, but we just need to put a little spit shine on you and your inventions, and we can get the rest of the world to see them.
Maybe.
And Cherry sort of, pats Nico's back. Don't worry, I'll see to it. You'll go down in history. Your inventions will definitely be famous.
True. Well, I'll think about it, but your proposition does sound tempting.
Years from now, Cherry sits down and she thinks, right, this is how Nico will be remembered, as she starts penning the tragic Seneca explosion of 3007.
Starts telling, that whole thing at the gates of Marion, that would have been a much better story if the kid just straight up shattered to death.
Just when she hears the kid's fine, she just thinks, oh fuck. Damn it.
Yeah.
There's nothing drives up viewer engagement like a child dying. The audience is rapt.
That's true. It's one of the best way. Yeah, just that's how you get it trending on Twitter. Kill a kid.
There's a reason. The only reason we still even talk about Crixus is because what he did to that kid.
Yeah.
One stairwell.
It's like the only Law and Order episode I've ever seen people talk about in, current year 2023, 2022, in the 2020s, is that episode where, like, Cooper from Twin Peaks just, like, draws out a gun and, like, judo throws one cop, grabs a cop's gun, and blows away a fucking, like, 10-year-old kid in the courtroom. And then
Sick.
the episode's like, maybe he was right to do it. Like... only episode of Law and Order I ever see discussed.
I'd never even heard of this.
Oh my god, no, it's a great clip. 1 second.
I do hope the episode is genuinely about asking the question, is it ever right to shoot a 10-year-old?
Yeah. The episode, it doesn't necessarily say,
It doesn't
like, he
come
was
down
right
on
to
either
do
side
it,
of the debate.
but yeah, it's like, well, what do you think?
It's like, look, this was a really shitty 10 years.
What if he was just really fucking annoying?
Okay, I found it. I found a Twitter clip of it. You need to watch this right now. It's so good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Like, I have to give the child actor credit. You can see in the child's eyes that child was evil. That child needed to get put down.
It's okay to kill, like, sociopaths regardless of the...
So yeah, basically that was the thing, was, like, his child was murdered by this child, and, child was found not guilty, like, it's a child, it's a, 9-year-old, whatever, what are you gonna do? And then this happens in the thing, because, like, he realizes, this child's a fucking psychopath. And then the episode, he ends up getting, like, acquitted by, like, playing up the grieving dad angle, like, lost control, not guilty by reason of temporary insanity, like my great-grandmother, how she got off her murder charge. But then afterwards, he says to the guy, he just admits, no, yeah, that wasn't, like, a heat of the... I just realized that kid would kill again, and the only responsible thing to do was to fucking blow him away. And then the episode's like, what do you think, audience?
And the audience is just sitting there nodding their heads and going, based.
Yes, I would shoot a child.
They don't even need to be sociopaths. Just give me an MP5. I'll sort it out.
So as we're at this moment, I really need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
I'm gonna go downstairs and check on something. Be back in a moment.
I'm gonna head off too.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Oops. Oh yeah, by the way, Neil, I think you saw it earlier, but like, yeah, at 11 I have another thing, so sorry, might not be a long session today then.
Yeah.
Already 9, then 10. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
I'm back.
Welcome back. What's your preferred sushi roll, Snake?
Honestly, I'm not too think. I'm not. I like a lot of it. I do just like a bit of sashimi with a bit of rice. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
fairly easy going. Standard sushi rolls, really. I haven't had too much sushi though. I quite like it, but I've never really paid a lot. You know,
Yeah.
never had
I
like a.
like I like California rolls.
I don't know if I've ever had a California roll. Let's see. California roll. I've had maki, but no, I've never had a California roll.
Oh wow.
Avocado, crab, and cucumber. Actually, maybe I have. Can't say. Oh God, I've just learned about Philadelphia roll.
Oh jeez.
Cream cheese and rice. What a fucking combo. That's... Yeah, I don't get it too often because it's bloody expensive.
Yeah, sushi can be pretty expensive.
Yeah. And cheap sushi is just fucking horrible. It's just
Oh
real.
yeah.
You got dry, just kind of horrible starchy rice and just absolutely tasteless fish. Spend the next day thinking you're gonna get fucking diseased.
I like Godzilla rolls. Those have shrimp tempura in them.
Oh. Not heard of those.
Hello.
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 Man, I just saw some tweets. Apparently, so you know what that verification thing?
Mm.
Apparently, let me see. I'm gonna find the tweet again. Apparently, it has it seems that they didn't actually unverify people. What they've
They
seemed to
just
have
hid
done,
the check marks.
yeah, no, like they they basically like yeah, they just hid it because they don't have a way to mass unverify people because verification from the start was just you know Twitter checks so you're actually a real person. So they're just hiding it. It's just amazing what shit show. They're just literally piling on code upon code upon code of things. I think Elon Musk running Twitter is gonna be such a prime example on how to not run a website.
It's really about how it doesn't matter how shitty a businessman are if you have enough money.
True. That said, he has apparently lost a lot of his net worth.
Yeah. Man, if I blew millions and got myself into billions in debt, I'd be fucked. I mean, I guess he's not billions in debt because he had the fucking... He had the billions to lose. Why can't I have, like, an emerald mine in Africa? I'd have so much money. And blood diamonds. Blood emeralds. And the dog is barking that bloody thing again. What are you bloody on about? That same bloody fox.
Oh yeah, no. Is it actually just going?
It's,
Is
well,
it actually?
it's just sat there. So Marlowe just goes fucking ape shit, but it doesn't move.
Oh no, I think it's
Okay,
domesticating.
Jesus Christ, I'm back.
Wow.
It's not domestic. There's no domesticated foxes in England.
No, I meant taming itself. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like,
Right.
Like how dogs did back in the day.
Oh god, I'm on the cusp of having a fucking domesticated fox. That my dog won't stop screaming at.
Normally it's foxes that like to scream.
Well, barking, yelping, crying, groaning at, I don't know. Marlowe just goes fucking apeshit when that thing is outside. And it just sits there not giving a shit.
Did you see
Bless you.
I don't even know what show it's from, but it's like there's a firefighter. Like the firefighting team comes in, there's like a guy frozen solid. It's I don't know, some show on Fox, and he tries to do like chest compressions on the guy that's frozen solid and just like crushes him and then is looking down like, what?
I have not fucking heard of this.
I don't know what show it's from, but I'm so obsessed with this clip. Anyways, imagine like after Nico, that guard got frozen by Nico's gun. Imagine if Lydian was like, no. I know, or Cherry even. I know first aid goes to do chest compressions.
That is just bizarre to fuck. The fuck? They knew they
Just
were
the
fucking
look
making
on
the
his
stupidest
face.
shit.
Not like a look of horror, or just like he realizes he fucked up and is just like kind of processing that. Like, what do I do now?
Right below that is the dog stealing a guy's heart.
Medical's here.
Oh God, One Tree Hill, Jesus Christ!
So, who about
The dumbfounded look on the firefighter afterwards is just the best as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just so like, he realizes he fucked up and is like trying to process, what do I do now? How much was this my fault? Like, how ashamed, what is the appropriate response to this?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's not footsies.
Yeah. No. I don't know why they're decided to make that footsies. Like, it's like a low kick or whatever. I guess they saw footsies and maybe they want to just control what it is. I don't know.
Footsies?
In fighting games, there's a fucking bit. There's a bit of the tutorializing of Street Fighter 6 that's come out, which has described low attacks as footsies.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Why would? But that means something.
I
Why would you?
I don't know.
I kind of, I've decided I respect this, actually. I think this is intentional. Just someone was like, you know what, fuck you. Fuck all y'all.
You don't think this was incompetence, this was just someone just deciding I'm gonna fuck with everyone.
This was malice, yeah.
I mean,
it's like how Sakurai got, like, annoyed at how people were turning Melee into, like, a competitive fighting game and taking it seriously, so he added fucking tripping to Brawl to just be, like, just purely fuck you to the competitive scene. Like, there is no advantage. It is just purely, like, I'm going to make this less fair, less competitive,
Yeah.
add stupid random chants that will punish competitive players.
Alright. Should we resume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I have a thing at the 11, which is in
10.
Yeah, 10 for you.
So 2 hours away.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
This would be a short session then. Alright. So you go see Bragg.
Yeah, go to see Bragg.
Yeah. He's in his office, just sort of like, writing things down.
Yeah, Lydian just kind of invites himself in. Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you, Sheriff, but we got a problem that I'd wish to talk to you about.
Oh, sorry, by the way. I healed, right?
Sure.
Cool.
Well, the inn that we were staying in has been destroyed.
Oh yeah, it was right, it was a building right next to the Thumper, wasn't it?
That is correct, and we had paid for our accommodations, but right now I don't think we'd be getting lodgings. I was wondering if something could be arranged.
I didn't blow up the inn for once.
He's never blown up an inn.
Not here, at least.
He has never blown up any kind of building or infrastructure.
No, I have.
Lydian just turns and looks at you. Nico,
I'd like to hear about this.
you have not blown up anything vital, okay?
Well, not recently.
Nico,
What? Fine, I haven't blown up everything.
Everything.
one day I'll teach you the science of choosing your words. Oh yeah, we're in front of the sheriff as we're having this.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
this
he's just like staring at this exchange.
Right. Well, I guess I could put you up somewhere.
that would be mighty
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. He writes down like he points out like an inn, a different inn, and just says, "Tell him Bragg sent you." He just writes down like a note for you to bring them, saying that you can just stay there. Sheriff's orders.
If the inn isn't nice enough, is this gonna damage like Lydian's, like thoughts on Bragg in the town? Like, is it gonna hurt?
No, I think he's smart. Well, maybe, but he would never express that because you gotta. He's the mayor, you know. We gotta look good to him. Well, that is mighty kind of you. Thank you very much, sir.
I hope your builders are ready for some good work. Some hard work ahead of them.
Have they? I'll try to remain in town to oversee their arrival and their setup. Just any details on what needs doing. The sooner it could get to me, the better we can plan this.
Yeah, I'll have that. I'll have that over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, and Lydian heads out.
Okay, so with that, I guess we have downtime
Yeah.
Yeah.
as you're waiting for your builders to arrive and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Builder Transportation Service.
so you own a building company.
I do. I own a transport company and I own a mine too.
Yes, yes. What kind of mine?
Silver?
Silver? Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Are you prospecting?
No, but silver is a useful material. Have you ever seen liquid silver?
I have not seen liquid silver.
It's quite fascinating.
I prefer
Ever heard of
I prefer it in
Quicksilver?
I prefer it in solid form and within my purse, to be quite honest.
Ever heard about Quicksilver?
Well, that famous adventure.
Fascinating material. Incredibly deadly, though, if you get it on you. Thank you, dog.
I would not want nothing to do with no incredibly deadly material.
Yes, of course.
I just,
That would be-
I just want to own that asbestos mine that my competitor has. I love that stuff. It's great.
He says as he takes a whiff out of a fucking asbestos
As he
cigar.
pulls a big asbestos paint chip off the wall and he's, oh, that was lead paint. Fuck. Not asbestos
no.
paint, that would be fucking stupid.
Asbestos is inside the walls.
Yes. As he tears out a chunk of insulation and eats it. It's mixing up my dangerous materials. Delicious.
I mean,
lead
asbestos could be kind of in everything, though. Like, it wasn't necessarily just like the fluff. There was like asbestos spray. Like they put it in like fabric and material sometimes for things like
They were in supervillains.
It was kind of like when radium was discovered. You could get like radium lipstick and all that shit.
I like I hate that radium is bad. Because, like, radium lipstick sounds so fun. Like, how cool would that be if we still had it? You know, just like a naturally glowing paint, whatever. Why'd it have to be harmful? That could have been so cool.
Why couldn't we synthesize a non-harmful variation?
Right?
Yeah.
I want radium lipstick.
Okay, so what do y'all do for the next? I guess it's gonna be next few days.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
well,
gonna say, huh?
I kind of want to have a scene with Nico, but that can take place at any time. I want to do my roles.
Yeah, entrepreneur.
I want to entrepreneur it up.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's do this. You know what? Let's do the base free again. This is a big risk considering they're coming into town, but I think it only makes sense to roll them. So, contracting service, silver mine, transportation device. I am rolling those free.
Okay.
Charisma. Oh no. Something's having a disaster.
Right. Yep.
On 7 to 9, only one of your ventures produces surplus or money for you, and one experiences disaster.
Okay. I'm gonna say your silver mine. There's a cave in.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they're gonna they need to clear that out like real quick if they want to get to producing money again.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, transportation service gives you coins.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
We're eating good today.
300 coin.
It will cost 600 coin to repair the silver mine cave-in.
Oh god, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, how much money am I immediately losing in repairs? Cave in or just continuity while everything gets back in shape. And I guess I'll just think I'll pay Cherry so for the week.
I was last paid on what day was I last paid on? Did I actually write this down? I should. Oh, I think I was last paid on... Huh? Oh no, maybe I didn't write it down. I should start doing... Granted, okay, in general though, it's only been, a 1 week since the start of
Really?
the campaign, yeah.
We
started on the 17th. Granted, it was at the end of the day. Well, no, I guess it has been 1 week since. No, true. This would make sense. Yeah, I think it has been a week because it's yeah.
I don't know
this
how
was
long.
The next
I don't know how
Monday.
long downtime is gonna last. So
Yeah.
Let's say 3 days.
Okay.
Okay.
All
But
right.
just in general, when we ended play, that night was 1 week from the start, from a Monday to a Monday.
I think also Lydian invests in a better coin box.
Alright.
Is it worm-proof?
Wait, how much did you pay, Cherry?
30 coin, wasn't that the agreed
30
amount?
coin. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you looking for in your new coin box?
Basically something that's metal and doesn't have any small openings.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say that's 20 coin.
Okay. So I'm now down to 293 already, but that's fine. And yeah, when I'm kind of off on my own and kind of conferring with, you know, people from the Cult of Midas, the Guiding Hand, like when they bring me the news of the silver mine, I do kind of quiz them on, okay, what went wrong, what needs to be done, what went wrong, what needs to be done here. Was anyone injured? How long are we out of operation for? You're kind of grilling him on what he needs to know.
Yeah. So with the silver mine disaster, it looks like there was just sort of uh, there was a fight there was like a fight that was happening with the monsters above, like further up the mountain, and that caused rocks to start sort of crumbling down.
Monsters fighting above. Were adventurers fighting monsters or just monsters fighting
Yeah,
monsters?
it was adventurers fighting monsters.
Alright, get
One of them cast a spell, and a bunch of rocks kind of fell down.
Okay, sue them.
Sue 'em. Sue 'em all.
They were irresponsible. They're fighting around populated mines doing busy work. Get their names, figure out who did it. They put us out of operation. That's costing business right there.
That's your angle?
That's my angle. Yeah, we're gonna sue those adventurers.
Yeah. Nice.
Caused a cave-in. People could have died. They've disrupted Emberwell business. I'm sure Emberwell will fall very much on our side in this one.
Alright, yeah. That's what they're going to communicate back, is find out where that party went. That party was on their way to Emberwell for some sort of quest or something. But we're going to hold them up.
What if we just sued the no ones?
Well, that's really funny. I hope we did. No, I don't think we had a... Did we have a magic caster? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Australia.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna sue Australia.
Oh no. Poor Australia. She can't handle the stress of a lawsuit.
I can only imagine. Well, I can only imagine that no one's gonna storm the courthouse, get her out of there, and fucking drive out, making
Wait,
the problem worse.
Are Angelo and Hero still, like, together adventuring
No, I
at this
think
point?
at this point, Hero's back and thinking Angelo is elsewhere because it wasn't
That's
a
a shame.
year out.
It would have been fun to sue them. They do know a good lawyer.
That would be a battle. Yeah, how much do I have to pay for a good lawyer to sue them?
Let's see. If you want to sort of ensure that, yeah, you get what you need out of them, I'm gonna say you're gonna need to put down 75 coins.
75? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll pay
Yeah.
75 for a good lawyer.